Hey guys, wanted to talk to you all about a concept I call it pentatonic displacement. I've actually gone over this with a lot of you in your lessons, and we've talked about this. And if this is a new concept for you, awesome, enjoy. But I wanted to have a video made of this because sometimes in a lesson things will slip through the cracks, or you might forget what we talked about. This will give you an opportunity to kind of review. And I'm also going to do some play along sections that you can vamp along with, where I'll just play a static chord and you can practice these concepts in your own way. All that said, obviously pentatonic scale for guitar players is a very familiar scale. It's like wearing an old pair of blue jeans. They just fit perfectly and they're comfortable. But we're not going to be talking about the pentatonic scale and using it in the way that we maybe learned when we were in high school playing rock and roll. This is going to be more applied to major seventh, minor seventh, and dominant seventh chords. That's what we're going to talk about. But like if we're playing a blues tune in rock, that's right off the tonic. I'm just playing over an A chord, A7, A major, whatever. You can do it over any of those. Now, in jazz, this concept, I call it pentatonic displacement. We're going to create some more modern sounding melodic ideas, intervallic ideas using pentatonic scales. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to find pentatonics that fit over different scale degrees of a given chord, and this will bring out different colors of that chord. So let's just start with the major 7. So we'll use G major 7 as an example. So there's a G major 7 chord, a drop 3. I think my guitar's in tune. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is play a minor pentatonic off the 3rd of that. So G major 7. The 3rd scale degree is a B natural. So I'm going to use Okay, so you kind of hear how that sounds. I was just kind of noodling around over the G7. Another one you can do over a major 7, I keep calling it G7, I apologize, G major 7. Over a major 7th is playing more of a Lydian kind of a sound. So G major 7 sharp 11. So this voicing I'm thinking of has this chord quality in it. The sharp 4. I'm basically playing that finger there. If you don't know this chord, get it under your fingers. You can kind of see it in the video there. Okay, so in this case, we can play a pentatonic off of the major 7th. So the F sharp in this case. F sharp is the major 7th of G major. Getting some weird interference on my amp. So the notes we have are F sharp, A, B, there's the C sharp, the sharp 4th, E is the 6th, F sharp is the 7th, A is the 2nd again, or the 9th if you want to look at it that way. So all these chord tones are in there, and this one really brings out some beautiful chord tones, including the 9th, the 7th, the sharp 4, and the 6th. Those are all in there. So these bring out some colors in the chord that are a little bit away from just playing the root. So here, I'll just play a little backing track here. Let's see if this will get going here. So we'll do this Lydian sound. play for too long, but I just wanted to have you hear that sound. Now, a little bit, I actually just mixed my Lydian scale, my G Lydian scale, major scale with a sharp fourth in there to kind of change modes of operation, but mostly I was just using the pentatonic scale, minor pentatonic, meaning off the seventh. So to recap, over a major 7 chord, you can play a minor pentatonic off the third, which in this case is B for G major 7, or a minor pentatonic off the major 7th, which is F sharp. So try both of those sounds. And even if the chord symbol if you're playing a song and it has a static area, E could be 2 measures, 4 measures, 8 measures of a given chord. Even if it just says G major 7, you can superimpose that Lydian sound, especially if it's a tonic, if it's like a 1 chord. It works really well just to create some more just possibilities harmonically. So let's cover another chord. Let's go on to minor 7. So there's 2 options for this as well. I think I'm going to use... let's use D minor 9 as our chord, okay? So our pentatonic options here for pentatonic displacement are going to be minor pentatonic off the 5th scale degree of D. So the 5th of D is A. So I can play a D minor pentatonic, and this gets us some nice chord tones. The 5th, it gives us the 7th, the root, the 9th, the 4th, and again back to the 5th. So there's some nice juicy chord tones in this as well. So if I'm playing over a D minor 9, so you can kind of hear those tones coming out of that. Okay, so that's one option. Another option over the D minor 9 or D minor 7th, chord symbol doesn't really matter here, is playing it off the 2nd. So in this case it'd be E minor pentatonic, and this has all chord tones from what you would think to be associated with a D minor chord, or if it's like a D Dorian type sound. So the notes here, we have the 2nd, we have the 4th, we have the 5th, we have the major 6th, which gives us that, it's ensuring kind of a Dorian sound, not a minor 6th. The B natural would be the raised 6th or natural 6th in against the D minor chord. And then we're back to the root, and then the 2nd or 9th again. So E, G, A, B, D, E, G, A. So again, if I'm vamping D minor 9 or D minor 7, Okay, so there's a few examples. If you like any of the licks you're hearing me play, feel free to lift anything you want to. Okay, so 2 options for minor chords, minor 7th chords, is playing off the 5th. In this case, D minor 9, the 5th of D is A, or playing off the 2nd, which is an E natural, meaning a minor pentatonic off the 2nd scale degree. Let's finish up with dominant 7th chords, and in this case, I'm just thinking of a pure dominant 7th, so not any alterations, no flat 9s, no sharp 9s or sharp 5s. So in this case, I'm just going to play a G13, okay? And I treat this one a lot like the D minor 9, where actually the 2 pentatonic displacements I'm going to use are the same, meaning over G7, I'm going to use off the A, I'm going to use the 5th fret, A minor pentatonic. I'm also going to use the E minor pentatonic. Now, there are different scale degrees for G7. So in this case, we're going to play a minor pentatonic off the 2nd. So it's the A natural, and that's the 2nd scale degree. And the chord symbol is a G7 or G13. And then later, we're going to use off the E natural, which is the 6th of G7. So let's try those sounds. And the reason I say these are, I kind of think of these as interchangeable, is D minor 9 and G7 are kind of, to me, one and the same. They kind of both have similar vibe. They're kind of the two chords you would think of in a 2-5-1 before you resolve to C major. But so there's a lot of shared chord tones between D minor 9 and G7, or D minor 7th and G7. So my pentatonic displacements are similar in terms of the sound, I guess, but different scale degree numbers. We're playing off the 2nd of G7, which is A, as well as the 6th, which is an E. So let's try vamping a G7, and I'll play some of this stuff over that. So I moved up to the E natural, the E minor pentatonic. So that one, I also threw a couple other notes that went outside the pentatonic just so I could kind of change modes of operation. You don't want to just rely exclusively on that as an improvisational device, but it works pretty darn good. So I'm running out of record time, so let me get some vamps going. I'm going to switch to a bossa nova, and I'm going to play some recorded loops of each of these chords that you can jam along with, so you can try these concepts out. So here we go. We're going to really quick, I'm trying to rush a little bit. I only have a limited record time. So we're going to go back to G major 7th, and I'm going to have you try playing a B minor pentatonic, improvise with that, as well as an F sharp minor pentatonic. So off the 3rd scale degree of G major 7, and off the 7th scale degree, or the major 7th scale degree. All right, do the B minor pentatonic first. Here we go. B minor. Now switch to the major 7th, 2, 3, 4. So F sharp minor, a 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's move on to minor 7. So we'll do D minor 9. And obviously, remember the scale degree numbers these are based off of, because we want to transpose that. So we're doing D minor 9. We talked about you can play a minor pentatonic off the 5th scale degree, which is A. Play a minor pentatonic off the 2nd scale degree, which is an E. If we say we're playing an F minor 7th, the 5th of F minor is C, so you'd play a C minor pentatonic. The 2nd of F minor is G, so you could play a G minor pentatonic. So transposition is really important in this, and that's why I always visualize chords when I'm playing these kind of things, so I can kind of see where the chord tones are springing off of these scales and concepts. So let's get into this because I have a limited amount of recording time. So we're going to do D minor 9, and let's start out with A minor pentatonic over the D minor 9. Ooh, hold on. That always throws me off when it starts rando. Let me just get the click track going. All right, here we go. A minor pentatonic over a D minor chord. Playing a pentatonic off the 5th scale degree. Here comes the click, and I'll vamp with you. So improvise. Now try it off the 2nd. So you're going to do an E minor pentatonic off the D minor chord. A 1, 2, 3, 4. At the 12th fret. Okay, we got one more to go. We're going to do G7. This one you play a minor pentatonic off the 2nd. So G7, 2nd scale degree is going to be the A at the 5th fret. So you're also going to use the 5th fret pentatonic, and it'll also be the 12th fret pentatonic, E minor pentatonic, which is the 6th scale degree. So you can play a minor pentatonic off the 2nd and the 6th of dominant 7th chords. So let's vamp that and get you an opportunity to play. So let's start with the A minor pentatonic at the 5th fret. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now try it up at the 12th fret. So we're going to do E minor pentatonic. See what that sounds like. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so one thing I wanted to say before I sign off, I have 30 seconds of record time, is you don't just have to use the form the basic minor pentatonic form that we all know. If you know other forms of the scale, you can play it in other positions, but just try to adhere to the pentatonic scale, the 5-note scale that we all know and love. But this one works really well. That's fine. And you notice I do some intervallic things. Oh, I'm out of time. Okay, good luck. Happy practicing.